she's kind of maybe been a vagabond in the last 10 years, living in different places, marriage that didn't work, living with his parents for a while, on her own, second marriage, not working, home, so she meets a lady at the school bus yard, and her father needs help, and so Bella and her mother Janice move in and help this man for a couple years. He passes away, and so very quickly things change, and they have to move on. There's another woman that used to be a bus driver, and she needs help, so they move in with her. That abruptly changed, and they're basically without a home, living on people's couches. This is kind of Bella's story.
So
It all changes, doesn't it?
it does. It goes from a very dark kind of place to really having no hope, being basically essentially homeless, depending on family members, friends. And then one day I woke up and everything changed. And it's been not only the biggest blessing and miracle, but it's also showed me that the whole direction my life has taken in the last, I'd say, year and a half has been much for the better. My sister-in-law found a post on Facebook for a woman who was looking to get rid of a trailer.
And when did this happen?
This was,
September.
it was super, super early in the morning that my sister had gotten on Facebook
She woke up.
and started looking, trying to help us. Now, the woman who posted it had actually been trying to sell it, and she had woken up feeling like selling it wasn't the right thing to do. And that morning that my sister had found it, she had actually posted it for free.
That same morning.
The very same morning, just a matter of moments before my sister logged on, she had posted it. My sister sent it to me, and I immediately reached out to her. This would be absolutely perfect for us. We need somewhere to go. And within minutes, she had messaged me back saying that she could meet me that day. All I had to do was show up at the property. And so I ran into work to my boss, and I told him quickly what was happening and that I needed coverage for that day so I could go and meet with this woman. And without batting an eyelash, he covered my route, and I was able to go. And when I met her, an overwhelming sense of peace kind of hit me. Like, I knew it was okay at that moment. And I keep saying she was my angel because in that moment she was solving all of the stresses and worries that I had. Where was my mom gonna go? Where was I gonna go? What were we gonna do? And although I had been sharing very closely with Bob everything that was going on, I wasn't sure. And all of a sudden, everything was working out. In a matter of days, not only had we been approved for the park, she had given us the trailer, everything was moving forward at a very rapid pace, and we were finally safe. We had a roof. We had a place to call our own. It had everything we could have needed. It came with a washer and a dryer. The stove was there, and every little issue that has come up since, like her boyfriend had given away the refrigerator and didn't tell her. And it just so turned out that someone that Bob knew from down the street from his house had a refrigerator they were getting rid of, but the freezer didn't work.
They were going to pay me to haul it away the day that she tells me they need a refrigerator. So guess where I hauled it away?
To our home.
And it was free of charge to the woman that wanted me to take it.
And at every single turn, God has been providing for not only me, but for my mom, and putting us in situations where we've been able to help others now since then. And while this has been over the course of the last month, I told Bob that I would only come once I knew what was actually going to happen and how it was going to play out. And one thing after another has just flowed in our direction, and I have no one to thank for other than the Lord and the people who have stood beside us and helped us. And honestly, if it wasn't for this gentleman sitting next to me and his kindness and his love through the Lord and who he is personally, I would have never been sitting here today. He has been there in every time that I've ever needed him, whether it be as someone to advise or someone just to pray with me, or, you know, even for me when I couldn't do it for myself. He's been there. And he really is like the dad that I don't have in my life. I owe him a lot. But I wouldn't trade having him in my life for anything, because if it wasn't for the direction that I get from him and from the Lord looking after me and taking care of me and covering me, I would not be sitting here.
Literally.
So,
That's so awesome.
well, thank
Yeah.
you.
You got a lot of new friends here.
I do, and I'm so glad I got to meet all of you.
And they can tell stories too, and they have in the past, how this group has helped them. Tough marriages, other situations. There's power. You know, the Bible says when 2 or 3 are gathered together, special things happen. And it's not me, it's been God, and it's been prayers. You've been prayed for before you ever came here.
And I appreciate it. I do.
And that's why it's happening. And we're just
Yeah, we're glad to meet the Bella that we've been praying for.
That's me.
That's awesome.